What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich, and in today's video I'll be previewing the big round of 16 clash between the holders France and Poland. The game will be played on December 4th at the Al Tumama Stadium. The winner of this France versus Poland game will face the winner of the England versus Senegal matchup. So before we get into anything else, let us talk about how each team made their way to the round of 16. So in terms of France, they brushed off an early scare against Australia by beating them 4-1. They then followed up by beating the Danes 2-1, but lost on the final group match against Tunisia. But France did make 9 changes or so to their team, so it's understandable. They had no cohesiveness, they had no fluidity, but maybe that'll change in this game against Poland. Or that's what France would hope. As for Poland, they first played to a 0-0 draw with Mexico, where Robert Lewandowski's penalty was brilliantly saved by Memo Ochoa. Poland did bounce back with a brilliant result when they picked up a 2-0 win against the impressive Saudi Arabia, coming off of a win against Argentina. When Poland faced Argentina, the Albiceleste were a little bit too much for them, and they lost the game 2-0. Let's talk a bit about the star players for both teams at the World Cup so far. Well, for France, I chose to go in with Kylian Mbappe, who's been on absolute fire for the World Cup, and I went as far as to say that he is currently the best player in the world. I'm talking about current affairs, though. Don't tell me about what happened last year or the year before. I'm talking about right now. And Kylian Mbappe is the now, and he is the future. And don't forget, he has a World Cup title, something that Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo does not have. But all that could change in 2 weeks, though. For Poland, I have to go with their goalkeeper Wojciech Szczesny, who's been massive in goal, pulling off a record amount of saves, and has even saved 2 penalties so far at the World Cup. Could he help guide Poland past a very brilliant French team? It's left to be seen. In terms of the head-to-head between France and Poland, the teams have met each other on 16 previous occasions, with France winning 8, 3 wins for Poland, and 5 matches ending in a draw. They met at the 1982 World Cup, where Poland prevailed in a 3-2 win. And their last meeting was back in 2011, where France won the match 1-0. Let's talk a bit about the starting 11s for both teams and how they could look coming into this big round of 16 clash. Well, I chose to go with the starting 11 from the Denmark game because against Tunisia, France made 9 changes, brought in some of the French players, right? Or all of the French players, I should say. But look, France, it will be Hugo Lloris in goal and not Mandanda, of course. And the back line could look just the way it is, with one spot up for grabs, in my opinion. It could be Dayot Upamecano, or it could be Ibrahima Konate. Or who knows, it might be Konate and Upamecano and Varane drop to the bench. Let's see who Didier Deschamps choose to go with, though. I think any way he goes, it's still a good choice. Those are quality defenders, in my opinion. So in the midfield, it should be Aurelien Tchouameni and Adrien Rabiot again. If he chose to go another way, we could see maybe Eduardo Camavinga come in, but I doubt. Or maybe a Jordan Veretout, but I doubt he'll go that way. The forward players, we have Ousmane Dembele, Antoine Griezmann, Kylian Mbappe, and Olivier Giroud. And I think that's exactly what we're going to see in this game against Poland. A change that could possibly be made is maybe Ousmane Dembele drop to the bench and Kingsley Coman start, or whether Didier Deschamps want to go with a Randall Kolo Muani ahead of Olivier Giroud. It's left to be seen. But France do have a lot of firepower to bring off the bench in case they need to. But expect Didier Deschamps to continue with his 4-2-3-1 formation, as the defending champions look to be the first team since Brazil 1958-62 to regain their World Cup title. All right, let's take a look at what the Polish backline could actually look like here. They do play a 4-4-2 under Czesław Michnovic. I'm pretty sure I'm not saying his first name right, but I have been practicing to say his second name, right? Look, Wojciech Szczesny will be in goal. Matt Cash, Kamil Glik, Jakub Kowier, and Bartosz Berezynski should be at the back there. But let's see. I doubt he'll make any changes, but if he do, it will be because of a minor injury or fatigue to any of these players. We move further up in the midfield where there's Zielinski, Bielik, Krychowiak, and Frankowski. Doubt that'll change too. Where things could actually change, right? Robert Lewandowski will start, as we know, but Swideski could actually go out and we could actually see Arkadiusz Milik come in. I don't think that we'll see Christoph Piontek from the start, but Milik could actually come in here in this big crunch game here against France. So, guys, the team haven't changed much, and I don't expect it to change a whole lot against France here. That will be against what Michnovic has been doing throughout the World Cup. But expect Poland to set up very defensively to deal with the attacking threat of the likes of Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, Antoine Griezmann, and Olivier Giroud. For France, I'm going to go with the number 3 insights. France have become the first reigning World Cup champion to reach the knockout stages since Brazil in 2006. The last reigning champion to go out at the round of 16 were Italy in 1986, who lost 2-0 to France. And look, man, this champion's curse, it was big, it was looming, but France broke it after Italy, Spain, and Germany, and France themselves first fell to that curse. So kudos to France for getting over that first big hurdle. For Poland, this will be Poland's first match in the knockout stages of a World Cup since 1986, when they lost 4-0 to Brazil in the round of 16. Their last win at the World Cup outside of the group stage did come against France, however, in their 3-2 win in the third place playoff in 1982. Good history repeat itself. It's only a matter of time before we find out, right? Predictions. Let's predict this game. Look, we know how Poland's going to set up. We know how France is going to set up. Poland are going to set up very, very defensively. That's how they've played throughout the World Cup. Before the game against Argentina, they didn't concede any goals. So they are a difficult team to break down. Wojciech Szczesny, however, has been a rock at the back for them. I'm not saying the defenders are great, or what, but Wojciech Szczesny, he's been very, very, very good. He's been pulling off some big saves. He's very, very experienced, and it is showing. I'm going to go as far as to say he's actually the best goalkeeper. He's been the best goalkeeper at the World Cup so far, in my humble opinion. At least he's been better than Manuel Neuer and Thibaut Courtois, who's already on a plane back home to their respective countries. So Wojciech Szczesny is going to be big in this game for Poland. They're going to need to set up really, really tight. They're going to have to stay switched on. They're going to need to keep away from that melatonin so they could be on point to deal with Mbappe and Griezmann, Dembele and co. It's going to be a tough and tall task for Poland to keep Kylian Mbappe and the other attackers quiet. But if Poland plans work out, they're going to be defensive. They're going to set up in a low block. They're going to look to break on a counter, get that long ball up to Robert Lewandowski. They're going to look to use set-piece situations to their advantage. Guys, a corner, a free kick deep into the box. Win the first one, get it over to Lewandowski or Milik or Zielinski. That could be a route to go. Hugo Lloris is not a Wojciech Szczesny, in my opinion. He gets beaten way too easily, in my opinion. He's a suspect goalkeeper. I'm not saying he's not a good goalkeeper. That's why he's playing for France. But he's not the best out there, in my opinion. He's probably not even the best goalkeeper that France have. But we're not going to get into that right about now. Look, the French defense, it has been breached 3 times. Australia breached it, Denmark breached it, and of course, Tunisia breached it. Tunisia ran right through, right? But we know that was a changed up 11. Australia down the wings, cut back. And of course, Denmark into the box from a set piece into the back of the net. So maybe down the wings could be a route, target the likes of Koundé, Theo Hernandez. I'm just saying, Poland, There's a way for you to beat France. I'm just saying. I don't want to be boring and just say, hey, France are going to beat Poland just like that. You got to give a reason. You got to analyze the thing, right? We know Poland are going to be defensive. So it means that France would have most of the ball. They're going to be attacking. But they have to be very careful of the breaks on transition, those turnovers. Look, Poland could let off a speculative shot. It could hit a body and go in. Saw that against Argentina, Australia. We saw that. You see what I mean? So Poland are just going to need to stay in the game as long as possible and take the opportunities when they do come. They will be very, very rare indeed. But look, in all actuality, what I think is going to happen, I think France going to win the game. I think they got a kind matchup here in the round of 16 facing Poland. Last time around, it was Argentina. They still beat Argentina, right? High-scoring affair, helter-skelter thriller. I don't think we're going to have a thriller here. This is going to be one of the more one-sided games, if you ask me. 2-0 to France. Kylian Mbappe is going to be hard to deal with. Good luck to Matty Cash. Hope he got hamstrings after the game. Look, Ousmane Dembele is another danger player. Griezmann has looked good. And Giroud, you feed him, he'll capitalize. But Poland, of course, they have a chance. But they got to be positive when it's the right time. Don't go crazy and open up yourself to get, you know, do it at the right time. Be pragmatic. But I'm going to go for Didier Deschamps and his boys to prevail, go into the quarters to face one of England or Senegal. Guys, I'm going to preview that game, so go check it out on the channel. Check out all the awesome World Cup content that I've put out. Thank you very much for following me on my World Cup 2022 journey as well. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Let me know if I miss any major talking points down below. I'm only human. And I got to give it up to this French team for doing so well without Pogba, Kanté, Kimpembe, Benzema, Nkunku. The list goes on. Squad is deep. And they are putting their hands up as serious contenders to go on to defend their title. Guys, I'll talk to you soon, okay? So, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.